Have a nice day, children. This is our last lesson in history. Unit 10 Social Transformation in Tamil Nadu. Okay, Tamil Renaissance. Modern Tamil Nadu too experienced such a historical transition. Tamil language and culture played a significant role in their identity construction. The introduction of printing press, linguistic research on Dravidian languages, etc., underpinned the process of Tamil Renaissance. Although religious literature was taken up predominantly for publication in the early years, after the advent of printing technology, things began to change gradually. Works that can be described as secular were taken up for publishing. Advent of the printing technology. Tamil was the first non-European language that went to print. As early as in 1578, Tamil book Thambiran Vanakkam was published from Goa. In 1709, a full-fledged printing press had been established. Tirukkural was one of the earliest Tamil literary texts to be published in 1812. This led the resurgence of interest among Tamil scholars in publishing the more ancient Tamil classics around the period. The Dravidian or South Indian family of languages. In 1816, F.W. Ellis, who founded the College of Fort St. George, formulated the theory that the South Indian languages belonged to a separate family which was unrelated to the Indo-Aryan family of languages. Robert Caldwell expanded this argument in a book titled Comparative Grammar of the Dravidian or South Indian Family of Languages in 1856. He established the close affinity between the Dravidian languages in contrast with Sanskrit and also established antiquity of Tamil. Ramalinga Adigal, popularly known as Vallalar, questioned the existing Hindu religious orthodoxy. Abraham Pandidar gave prominence to Tamil music and published books on the history of Tamil music. C.W. Damodaranar, U.V. Swaminathan, Thiru V. Kalyanasudaram, Paridimar Kalaignar, Maraimalai Adigal, Subramania Bharati, S. Vayaburi and the poet Bharatidasan in their own ways and through their writings contributed to the revival of Tamil literature. V.G. Surya Narayana Sastri, Paridimar Kalaignar. V.G. Surya Narayana Sastri, born near Madurai, was professor of Tamil at the Madras Christian College. He was one of the earliest scholars to identify the influence of Sanskrit on Tamil and adopted a pure Tamil name for himself, Paridimar Kalaignar. He was the first to argue that Tamil is a classical language and demanded that the University of Madras should not call Tamil vernacular language. He also wrote novels and plays and a number of essays on science. Tragically, he died at the young age of 33. Maraimalai Adigal. He is considered the father of Tamil linguistic purism and the founder of Thanit Tamil Iyakkam, Pure Tamil movement. He wrote commentaries on the Sangam texts, Patinapalai and Mullaipattu. As a young man, he worked in a journal, Siddhanta Deepika. Later, he served as a Tamil teacher in the Madras Christian College for many years. He was inclined towards non-Brahmin movement. His teachers such as P. Sundaranar and Somasundara Nayagar were key influences in his life. Thanit Tamil Iyakkam, Pure Tamil movement. Maraimalai Adigal promoted the use of pure Tamil words and removal of the Sanskrit influence from the Tamil language. The movement made a great impact of Tamil culture, especially in language and literature. His daughter Nilambikai played an important role in its foundation. He changed his own name Vedachalam and took on the pure Tamil name of Maraimalai Adigal. His journal Jnanasagaram was renamed Arivukadal and his institution Samarasa Sanmarga Sangam was christened as Podu Nilai Kalagam. Nilambikai compiled a dictionary that provided pure Tamil equivalents to Sanskrit words that had crept into Tamil vocabulary. A rise of the Dravidian movement. Dravidian movement emerged as a defense of the non-Brahmins against the Brahmin dominance. An organization called the Madras Non-Brahmin Association was founded in 1909 to help the non-Brahmin students. In 1912, C. Nadesanar, a medical doctor, founded the Madras United League, later renamed as Madras Dravidian Association to support Dravidian uplift. The organization focused on educating and supporting non-Brahmin graduates and conducting regular meetings to share their grievances. Meanwhile, Nadesanar founded a hostel, the Dravidian Home at Triplicane, in July 1916 to address the lack of hostels for the non-Brahmin students, which hindered their educational development. In addition, the home had a literary society for the benefit of non-Brahmin students. South Indian Liberal Federation, that is Justice Party. On 20th November 1916, around 30 prominent non-Brahmin leaders including Dr. C. Nadesanar, Sri P.T. Tyagarayan, T.M. Nair and Alamelu Mangai Tayarammal came together to form the South Indian Liberation Federation, that is SILF. The association started publishing 3 newspapers. Dravidian in Tamil, Justice in English and Andhra Prakasika in Telugu to propagate the ideals of the party. The first election under the Montagu-Chelmsford reforms was held in 1920 after the introduction of the diarchy form of government in the provinces. The Justice Party won the election and formed the first ever Indian cabinet in Madras. Subbarayalu became the chief minister of the Madras Presidency, and the party formed the government during 1922-1923 and 1923-1926. Self-respect movement. Suyamariyadai Iyakkam. The self-respect movement advocated a casteless society, devoid of rituals and differences based on birth. The movement declared rationality and self-respect as the birthright of all human beings and held these as more important than self-rule. The movement declared illiteracy as the source for women's subordination and promoted compulsory elementary education for all. The self-respect movement championed not only the cause of the non-Brahmin Hindus but also that of the Muslims. The self-respect movement extolled the lofty principles of Islam such as equality and brotherhood. Periyar E.V.R. Periyar E.V. Ramasamy was the founder of the self-respect movement. As a young man, he once ran away from home and spent many months in Varanasi and other religious centers. The first-hand experience of Orthodox Hindu religion led to his disillusionment with religion. On his return, he took care of his family business for some years. His selfless public service and forthrightness made him a popular personality. He held different official positions of Erode that included the chairmanship of municipal council. As president of the Tamil Nadu Congress Committee, Periyar proposed a resolution regarding the rights of untouchables to temple entry. in the name of caste dharma. The lower caste people were denied access to the temples and the streets surrounding the temple. In Vaikam, that is in a town in the then princely state of Travancore and in present day Kerala. Vaikam people protested in Vaikam people protested against this practice. In the initial stages, George Joseph of Madurai played a big role. After the local leaders were arrested, Periyar led the movement and was imprisoned. People hailed him as Vaikam Veerar, hero of Vaikam. Periyar was disappointed when, despite his objections and protests against this discrimination, the Congress continued to support the iniquitous practice in the Gurukulam. Periyar, a feminist. Periyar condemned child marriage and the Devadasi system. Periyar objected to terms like giving in marriage. This, he said, treats women as a thing. He wants it substituted by Valkai Thunai, that is companion, a word for marriage taken from the Tirukural. Periyar believed the property rights for women would provide them a social status and protection. In 1989, government of Tamil Nadu fulfilled the dream of the radical reformers by the introduction of the Hindu Succession Tamil Nadu Amendment Act of 1989, which ensured the equal rights to ancestral property for women. Rettaimalai Srinivasan. Rettaimalai Srinivasan was born in 1859 at Kanjipuram. He fought for social justice, equality and civil rights of the marginalized in the caste order. He was honored with such titles as Rao Sahib, Rao Bahadur and Diwan Bahadur for his selfless social services. He founded the Adi Dravida Mahajana Sabha in 1893. He served as president of the Scheduled Castes Federation and the Madras Provincial Depressed Classes Federation. A close associate of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he participated in the first, second round table conferences held in London and voiced the opinions of the marginalized sections of the society. He was a signatory to the Pune Pact of 1932. M.C. Raja. Mailai Chinnathambi Raja, popularly known as M.C. Raja, was one of the prominent leaders from the depressed class. Raja started his career as a teacher and wrote different textbooks for schools and colleges. He was one of the founding members of the South Indian Liberal Federation, that is Justice Party. In 1928, he founded the All India Depressed Classes Association and was its long-time leader. Labor movements in Tamil Nadu. The First World War 1914 to 18 provided stimulus to industrial growth in India. These industries, catering to wartime needs, had employed a huge number of workers. At the end of the war, there were retrenchments across the industries as the wartime requirements receded. The first All India Trade Union Conference, AITUC, was held on 31st October 1920 in Bombay. The delegates discussed several resolutions. These included a demand for protection from police interference in labor disputes, the maintenance of an employment register, restriction on exporting foodstuffs, compensation for injuries, and health insurance. M. Singaravelar. He was a pioneer in the labor movement activities in the Madras Presidency. He was born in Madras and graduated from the Presidency College, University of Madras. He advocated Buddhism in his early life. He knew many languages, including Tamil, English, Urdu, Hindi, German, French, and Russian, and wrote about the ideas of Karl Marx, Charles Darwin, Herbert Spencer, and Albert Einstein in Tamil. He organized the first ever celebration of May Day in 1923. He was one of the early leaders of the Communist Party of India. He published a Tamil newspaper, Tholilalan, that is worker, to address the problems of the working class. He was closely associated with the Periyar and the self-respect movement. Language agitation before Indian independence. Language is a dominant symbol of identity, and it is associated with culture and sentiments of any society. Maraimalai Adigal's Pure Tamil movement, the language reforms of Periyar and Tamil Isai movement helped the Tamil language. Tamil Renaissance that led the Dravidian consciousness made a great intervention in the development of modern Tamil languages and its art forms. Tamil songs had a marginal place in musical concerts. Abraham Pandidar systematically studied the history of Tamil music and attempted to reconstruct the ancient Tamil music system. The first Tamil Isai conference was held in 1943 to discuss the status of Tamil music. The implementation of Hindi as a compulsory language in Tamil Nadu at various points of time was seen as a threat to Tamil language and culture. Periyar declared that the introduction of Hindi over Tamil would deny the Dravidians of their job opportunities. Maraimalai Adigal pointed out that the Tamil language would suffer with the introduction of Hindi. The anti-Hindi campaigners considered it an ideological battle against Brahminism and the hegemony of Sanskrit over Tamil. Women's movements. There were several streams of women's movements and organizations established in the early 20th century to address the question of women empowerment in Madras Presidency. Women's India Association WIA and All India Women's Conference AIWC are the important among them in Tamil Nadu. The association published pamphlets and bulletins in different languages to detail the problems of personal hygiene, marriage laws, voting rights, childcare, and women's role in the public. WIA formed the All India's Women Conference in 1927 to address the problem of women's education and recommendation at the government implement various policies for the uplift of women. There were several women activities in the movement. Muthulakshmi Ammayar, Nagammai, Kannamma, Nilavadi, Moovalur Ramamridam, Rukmani Ammal, Alarmel Mangai Thayammal, Neelambikai, and Sivakami Chidambaranar are prominent among them. Muthulakshmi Ammayar. There was a custom of dedicating young girls to the Hindu temples as a servant of God, known as Devadasi. Though intended as a service to God, it soon got corrupted, leading to extensive immorality and abuse of the women. Dr. Muthulakshmi Ammayar was in the forefront of the campaign pressing for the legislation to abolish this Devadasi system. The Madras Devadasis, that is prevention of dedication, Act. The Madras Devadasis Act 1947 was enacted by the government. Thank you, ma'am. Take care of yourself. Don't waste your time. Go through the lesson. Learn book back question and answer. Bye bye.